Here in India, we love guests. The hospitality, the respect, all of it comes naturally to us. But this respect is supposed to be a two-way street. You give and take respect. Someone should tell that to Xi Jinping. He was supposed to be India's guest at the G20 summit, but he won't be coming. He's pulled out at the last minute. Now, to be fair, the chances of Xi Jinping coming were always low. We kept hearing reports of his possible absence in New Delhi, but until today, it was not confirmed. It was not official. And that signals China's intentions. Because Xi Jinping is not the only leader who is not coming to India. Vladimir Putin is not coming either. But look at how Putin handled his absence. He called up Prime Minister Modi last Monday. He personally informed Modi about his decision. Compare that to Xi Jinping. He let the rumor spread. He allowed the speculation to grow, and just 5 days before the summit, he makes it official. No explanation, no phone call to the host country, just a statement during China's regular briefing.
At the invitation of the Government of the Republic of India, Premier of the State Council Li Qiang will attend the 18th G20 summit held in New Delhi of India on September 9 and 10.
So Xi Jinping won't come. Instead, his number two, the Chinese premier, will attend. Why could that be? Let's look at the backdrop of this G20 summit. It is being hosted by India, arguably China's biggest regional rival. The last 1 month has been very different for India and China. India landed a spacecraft on the moon. India is also the fastest growing major economy in the world. So the whole world was cheering us on. And China? The exact opposite. Their economy is slowing down. Every day there is talk of a debt bubble bursting. Now imagine you're Xi Jinping. If you come for the G20, you give India more press coverage. Meanwhile, you end up being just one of the 20. But by not coming, you make the headlines. You snub the hosts and the West. That seems to be Xi Jinping's thinking. He was more than happy to visit South Africa for the BRICS summit. And why not? China faces no criticism within the BRICS. In fact, Xi got the biggest red carpet in Johannesburg. But in New Delhi, he won't. Chances are he will face questions and criticism. So rather than face it, Xi Jinping has chosen to skip it. And frankly, it's a missed opportunity. Because the Chinese president rarely travels abroad. So meetings like the G20 are a good chance to mingle with friends, with allies, and with rivals. US President Joe Biden was hoping for a meeting with Xi Jinping. He says he's disappointed by Xi's decision.
I am disappointed, but I'm going to get to see him. Thank you.
Normally we say speculation does not help, but in this case, perhaps it does. It's important to understand why Xi Jinping is not coming. Is it because he thinks the G20 is worthless? Is he moving on to BRICS Plus? If so, the G20 faces a big challenge because China, at the end of the day, is home to 1.4 billion people. It is also the second largest economy in the world. So a G20 without China is certainly less influential. But on paper, Beijing has denied this. They claim to attach, quote unquote, great importance to the G20. Listen to this.
I can tell you that the G20 is a major forum for international economic cooperation. China has always attached great importance to and actively participated in relevant activities.
Which brings us to the second possibility, the one we mentioned at the start. His differences with India. The border dispute in Ladakh is yet to be resolved, and now there is talk of a new flashpoint, water. India and China share the Brahmaputra river system. China has 11 dams on this river. What's more, it is located upstream. Experts believe China can squeeze India's supply in case of a war. So what is New Delhi doing? Making dams of its own. Last month, India decided to revive 12 hydropower projects, basically dams. All of them are located in Arunachal Pradesh. Put together, these dams will cost around $15 billion. Reports say they have two purposes. One is the obvious one, to generate electricity. The second is strategic, to protect against China's upstream advantage. India is also making some military moves. The Air Force has begun major drills along the border with China and Pakistan. It is called Exercise Trishul. And the Air Force has called in the big guns for this one. Fighter jets like the Rafale and the Sukhois will be taking part. So will C-17 carriers and attack helicopters. The drills will run from today until the 14th of September, which means throughout the G20, this drill will be on. If Xi's absence was China's message to India, then these drills are India's message to China. And it's an important message because Xi Jinping's absence is not a reflection of New Delhi's presidency. India can only invite people, India cannot force them to come. So this episode reflects more on Xi Jinping himself, his failures at home, his differences with the West, and his inability to lead the global South.